During the Civil War, artillery was used. Artillery was hard to aim with, would explode if not properly used or cared for, and was mostly produced up north. Because artillery was produced mostly up north, the Confederacy had to get most of their artillery from the Union, either by stealing them or capturing them during a battle. Confederate artillery was mostly old or missing parts. Because of this disadvantage, the Confederacy would strategically battle in the woods, so the Union would also be limited on artillery. Artillery consisted of 4 different types of projectiles: the solid round shot, the explosive shell, the case shot, and the canister shot. Artillery played a big role during the war. They were used against infantry buildings and fortifications. Cannons and mortars are a common type of artillery that was used, and they were named and classified according to the weight of the cannonballs they fired. Artillery was also used to wear the enemy down with the loud noises they produced. 4 types of artillery were used during the war: heavy artillery, light artillery, field artillery, and siege artillery. Heavy artillery was used to defend coastal and river areas, while light artillery was very light, hence the word light, and was typically used with cavalry units. Field artillery was commonly used in the field of battle with the infantry and cavalry units. Siege artillery was very powerful and would typically be used against enemy warships. Mortars are an example of a siege machine. Commanders in charge of the artillery would typically treat their animals with care because they were needed to move heavy artillery, and neglected animals would have a hard time moving the artillery. Cannons were used as a common type of artillery during the war. Cannons in group of 6 were called a battery. Union batteries contained 6 to 7 cannons that were usually the same model, while Confederate batteries contained 3 to 4 different type model cannons. These cannons had to be used by highly trained artillerymen. Extra artillerymen were assigned to a cannon in case someone with a job was wounded and was not able to perform his task. Cannons had a variety of different barrels, including the smoothbore barrel and the rifle barrel. The smoothbore barrel fired round cannonballs, while the rifle barrel fired conical-shaped cannonballs. There were about 7 men assigned to one cannon: a gunner, a person who opens the ammo chest, the person who cleans out the cannon, and the person who covers the vent to prevent air from getting into the cannon while firing. The cannon had to be sponged down from the inside to put out remaining sparks inside the cannon.